my holder here, so give me just a second. And then we're going to make some cards tonight. All right, let me get my computer going. Where is my live? Here we go. Takes it a second to connect. See who's with me. Welcome in, everyone. Oop, nope. Are we going? Hello, everyone. I think I got somebody in here with me. If you can hear me, I'd love to know it in the chat. Just put something in the chat so I know I'm coming through. That's always my biggest fear, is like for my sound not to work or something. I have got, well, no, I need to make a couple cards, and I always have like leftover bits and pieces. I kind of keep everything in these little containers, but I'm pulling out some of my bits and pieces and some leftovers because, like I said, I need to make a few cards, and rather than start from scratch, I'm going to kind of take inspiration from things I've done in the past. So I know I need a sympathy card, and I just happen to have a sympathy sentiment in there. And I'm kind of thinking I'm going to make it like all white. That's different for me. I don't usually do a lot of monochrome, but I have a lot of these white foliage pieces. You can call them greenery, I guess, but they're white, that I'm going to try to make a sympathy card with. So, and then I have several of these. I liked that sentiment, and I was stamping a bunch of cards, and I had some extras. So I think I'm going to make some cards with that as well. So, like I said, I know I need a sympathy card, so I'm going to start with it. I think I want to take, what I'm planning is maybe to, let's see, where's my card base? And this is going to drive me crazy because not all white cards are the same. But I think I like a little bit of dimension in it. So I'm going to start off with a white card base and a white card front, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to emboss it to give it some texture. And then I'm just kind of thinking maybe some of the little floral pieces with the sentiment in the middle. I'm not necessarily sure what that's going to look like. I want it to be pretty kind of muted. So, and this was the sentiment that I had already stamped. It says, "May it comfort you to know others are thinking of you at this difficult time." So I want to use that. I need a sympathy card, and that is perfect. So I pulled out some embossing folders. This has been my go-to a lot for, it's called Elegant Leaves. And I'm not even sure where I got it. It's one of the first embossing folders I have had. It's usually my go-to when I want something really subdued in the background, but that's going to give texture, because it looks like it gives a lot of dimension. Well, it does. It gives a lot of dimension. Maybe you can see it better on the back side. But it's just, I don't know, it's very subtle in the designs. It's not like you can really pick out a flower or see a real design in it. So that was my first thought. Y'all can help me figure out which one I'm going to use. The other one I pulled out was a floral. It's called Layered Florals from Stampin' Up. And it's a really pretty one, but I don't know about the florals. They're very obviously flowers, which is not, it's not bad. I'm just trying to stay a little bit more subdued than that, but that's an option. And then just thinking about shapes and textures, without, sorry, I had this in with a different piece. Let me pull it out. Without it being like a specific design. This is another Stampin' Up! Embossing folder, and I think this is an old one. I'm not sure where it came from. It's in my stash, and it's just kind of like a geometric design. So that's an option, and I may have to do all of them and then see which one looks best. That's usually how I wind up with all of my different leftovers and parts and pieces, is I try something, and if that doesn't work, I'll try something else, and then I never throw anything away. And then this is the other one. This one is called Softly Sophisticated, and it's just kind of again, a geometric design, just to give some lift to it, some texture to that white on white, on white on white, like everything's going to be. So, do y'all have, is anyone screaming out at me which one to use? So we've got the Elegant Leaves. We've got the Layered Florals. That's kind of last on my list. It's a possibility, but it's last on my list. Or one of the Geometrics. Anybody got a suggestion of which one to use? And if y'all are typing, I'm actually going to pull out a couple other card fronts so we can try multiples if we want to. I can do one of each and just see what they turn out as. I'll start with this one because, like I said, it was my first. It has always been my go-to for something just to put some texture in the background. So I'm going to start with it. Put it over here on the side and run it through. Give me just a second. I'll lay that there so y'all know I'm embossing something as we do this. Oh, that's not wrong. That's the wrong way. I had that sideways. Okay, this direction. I've moved my embossing machine to a different table, and it's too wobbly. I'm going to have to set it back over here. Let's see if I can run this through. Why is it not catching? Too thick. That may be too thick for the magic mat. Let's try it. And that's going to be too thin. That is the thing with this embossing machines. If you're not using a specific style, you sometimes have to shim or try other plates. Let me try putting this plate with it, which is the opening. Now let's try it. Welcome in. We are working on an embossing folder at the moment that's not wanting to run through my machine. I had the Big Shot and used it for years. And now I've switched over to this Spellbinder because it has a bigger plate, bigger feed. And so I'm still trying to get used to the sandwich that I need for it. So this is the first one. Let's see how well it did. I don't know if y'all can see that on the camera, but see, it's just it just gives some texture to it without it being like a flower or a vine. There's just some depth to it. That one's probably going to be my favorite. In fact, I think I'm going to go with it because that's the one I really wanted in the beginning. So we're going to set this aside. And go back to Now that we've decided on the embossing, we can put those away. Okay, where's my card base? So here's my card base. Here's that card front just layered a little bit. And I can pop that up with dimensionals if I choose. And then we've got our sentiment that I was wanting to use these white pieces with. Just kind of keep everything really neutral. Are y'all even able to see this? Where's my camera? Okay. Have y'all been hearing me? For some reason, my video was not going on my computer. I don't think I'd clicked it right. So hopefully y'all were hearing me. Hopefully that was recording. It's recording on my phone, and then I've just got my computer up for the chat. So again, just some background pieces. And again, these could be popped up on dimensionals. Maybe something along those lines with this in the center. What do y'all think? Again, the whites don't match. That is one thing about using scraps and alternate pieces. The whites are a little bit different, and the only one that's bothering me is this one. The others look okay together. This one just seems to almost look a little gray. See how that's looking on the... See how that's looking on the camera. What do y'all think? It's showing up really different on the camera, that this is a different one. So I'm wondering if I need something else behind it to help offset it. What about, let's see, do I have any circles? Don't think I have anything that big. Do I have vellum? Vellum sometimes helps with that. Yeah. I don't know if that helps or not. Just to put something else behind it, and then I'll pop it up. No, that's not doing it either. Welcome in, everyone. Thank y'all for hanging out with me. Trying to make a kind of subdued, simple sympathy card. Tell you what, I know I'm doing... Sometimes you just got to go for it. You just got to glue things down and start going with it. I know I'm going to use this layer. I'm debating on whether I'm going to pop that piece up or not. I think I'm going to glue that down. And then kind of let the centerpiece be popped up. So just gluing. With all that texture, I want to make sure I got a lot of glue on the back of it. To catch it. Welcome in, everybody. Thank y'all for being here. Today is the 1 week anniversary of me starting to do YouTube lives. So I've learned a lot in a week. I've learned I'm not very good at doing lives. But I just enjoy crafting and enjoy having people with me. And so I'm going to keep going. And if people like it, they can join in and hang out and see what I'm doing. And if not, there's a lot of other lives to go. All right, here's where I'm going to pull out my dimensionals. Those are the big ones. I don't think I'm going to need very many of them. Where are my small ones? Here we go. Let's pull out a sheet of, oh, and that's even some strips. That'll help too. Those are strips. Where's the small ones? There we go. Pull out a sheet of those. We can set those aside. And see. I think I like the bigger pieces. You know what? I'm going to put the sentiment down. I think I'm going to kind of go down here in the corner. And I am going to pop it up. And that way I can stick stuff kind of behind it as it looks good. Instead of trying to do the background first, I'll do the front ground and then stick things around it. So here's, and for now I'll just put a couple kind of in the middle, because I can always come back and stick another one around the edges if I need to. And I kind of want it down here. And then we can just start putting the pieces in. What are y'all up to on a Wednesday night, other than hanging out on YouTube? We were sitting there, we just eaten supper, and we were watching I think it's 48 Hours or Dateline, one of those kind of, you know, real life drama stories. We kind of like those things. And my husband has been watching, he loves like scary movies, like horror movies and stuff. I don't like them. I let him have the TV when he's wanting to watch those. But he had found a new one today, and it's really it's funny. It's not a scary horror movie or series. It's about some kids who can see ghosts, and they're supposed to now help the ghosts. And so of course they get in all these different situations trying to help out the ghost, and it was pretty cute. We watched that most of the day. Let's see. I think I'm going to take this one apart because I want this part here. Put some more dimensionals on the back. I forget to watch the chat, so if y'all are saying anything, I'll catch up in a minute. I'll check it every once in a while. But feel free to chat with me if you want. I am a crafter in the southern United States. I'm a retired educator, and I just enjoy making stuff, all kinds of crafts. Cards and, let's see, that's a little bit big for that. Cards and treat holders. But then I also do a lot with yarn. I crochet and knit. So I'd be interested to know what all kind of crafts and creativity y'all like to do. Hello. Thank you for being here, Heather. Heather St. John, I see you in there. Thank you for starting off the chat for us. I'm just trying to whip up a sympathy card right now using some bits and pieces that I already had. And once in a while I like to challenge myself to do that, to use what I've got instead of trying to recreate from scratch, kind of take inspiration from previous projects that I've made. So I'm just adding a little bit of the texture. You could call it, I would call it greenery, but since it's not green, I don't want to call it that. I guess foliage. You're right. I think I may have, I think this would be beautiful with some gold, but I'm trying to keep it a little bit subdued as a sympathy card. So I don't like this color of my like the white doesn't match. So I might put some Winkostella or something on it, but I don't know if I'm going to go too glitzy. Trying to kind of keep it low key. Let's see, got out my dimensionals, trying to use the foliage to add some depth to it. Let's see. That's overlapping too much, I think. I wonder if I can just pop that piece off right there. Yeah, there we go. And this piece, it's already got dimensionals on it. I'm going to stick it down here. That's kind of what I had in mind, just something really simple. Let's see. And maybe one piece. I feel like I need something going in this direction, but all of them, that's backwards. It's like all of my pieces are going the wrong direction. Here. This'll work. This'll do it. To go right here. So if I can tuck that underneath. Right there. I used all that little sheet of dimensionals. Where's my small ones? Not sure if I'm even up in the camera range with it. Oops, those are stuck together. Let's try this one. And another one over here on this end. I love these little mini dimensionals. They fit so well behind these little leaves and delicate pieces. And you could also cut down your big dimensionals or foam dots or whatever you call them if you need to. Keep that within the card. Okay. There we go. I think that's got plenty there. And then I think I do want something on it. Let's see, where's my bling book? See what I can pull out from it to get some bling going. This is my bling book. I keep all my bling in here. So I do have, you mentioned the gold. I've got some gold, some small gold sequins. You might be right. We may need those. Let me go ahead and lay some of those out. And then this is these are just opalescent kind of, just a little bit of shimmer. Not much color to them at all. So I'm going to lay those out. And somewhere, there's a couple just little gold pearls. Let's go ahead and set those out because the silver might be pretty too. Hello, Charles. Thank you for joining. That's my hubby. Hubby in there watching TV. Thank you for supporting me, baby. Here's what I was looking for. Just some really small rhinestones. Those are strips though. I've got some singles. Where are they? Oh, very, very back. In the very, very, very back. There we go. All right, let's see what of those look good. All right. So Heather said the gold. Oh, and that would be really pretty. That would add some dimension and some class to it, wouldn't it? There's the gold. We've also got the little gold pearls. And then just the iridescent whites. Or the rhinestones. What do y'all think? Anybody got a preference or a choice? Let me pull out my Wink of Stella too. This one's about to... I wonder if I want some Wink of Stella on it. I thought about maybe just kind of adding a little bit to the floral pieces. I think I'm liking it as it is with the gold. I think Heather was right. Heather, are you still in here? You convinced me. I think you're right. I think it needs the gold. Let's see. I think it needs the gold. Well, it's jumping around on me. Oh, that's lost its little sticky. That lost its little sticky. Come out there. There we go. I wonder if all these have. That one still got it. There's kind of a point on each side of the sentiment. And so I'm going to go with it, putting them on it. Whoops, like that. And then maybe a couple more up and around. That's 3. They say to go in odd numbers, and I think I want 5. I think I want a couple more than just the ones. Let's see. It's going to go right there. There we go. I think that's very pretty. Very subdued and kind of subtle. So thank you, Heather. I appreciate your suggestion. You talked me into the gold because I was not thinking that to begin with. But I think that looks really, really good. Awesome. So our sympathy card is done. And then let me kind of clear some space. This is what I do. I pull everything out. And then I have to kind of clean up before I start something else, or I just get piled up with everything. The other ones I don't really need. I've got these 3 hello there's that are taking up space in my storage, and I needed that little compartment for something else. So I decided tonight's the night that they're getting pulled out, and we are going to make some little hello there cards. I've got a lot of like backgrounds that I've made. These are leftover pieces that I make backgrounds from. I don't think the blue works with any of those, but we'll lay them aside. And then I have a lot of card fronts, just front pieces from different projects, different things. I really like that one. That's a embossed piece. There's some vellum. That's what I was looking for a while ago, but I like what we've done. Vellum Pieces. I'm kind of just scrolling through looking for blues because that's stamped in blue ink. That's more of a birthday card, so I'm going to leave that aside. Just thumbing through looking for blues at this point. Ooh, I like that. Oh, I love that. Blue and gold would be pretty. That would be pretty, just kind of the neutral. Okay. Let's see what we can do there. We've got some options. And I also have some card bases, but I don't think any of them would really work. These are just kind of, these are some pre-made card bases. That might be cute. That I need to use up. That one's not doing it for me. And I don't think any of them are blue. That one, if I needed a masculine card, that would be pretty cool. But I don't need any of those right now. So those aren't going to work. I don't think I have, the rest of them are Christmassy looking. So let's go with what we got. I love this gold. That is so pretty. Is that a little too plain for it? Also got this one. I think that would be pretty just with some ribbon behind it. Let's see if I got any kind of organza blue ribbon. That might work. And don't really have any white. It's kind of that organza. I need to get some more of that, I guess. See what we can do with this. I don't necessarily want to tie it in a bow, but I kind of want the ends sticking out. What if we did this? I think I kind of like that. Really simple, not a lot to it. Fussing with the ribbon, see if I can get it to... Oh, I know what. I never know what to do with ribbon unless I tie it in a bow. But let's see if I can just kind of weave it back and forth. Does that look all right? Now I can dovetail those ends. Yeah, I like that. So I am going to put, the best way I've found to keep ribbon down like this is with dimensionals. So I'm just going to put a little bit of dimensional behind it to hold it while I'm working on it. And then I'll hold it down better with glue, but the dimensionals help hold it in place while I'm getting everything stuck. Well, usually it does. Now they're sticking to me. There we go. And then I know I want dimensionals on this as well. So let's see. It's going to go like that. I can put a few over on this side. some on this side. I'll put a couple at the top, kind of off to one side. Let's see what that does. There we go. Simple little card. Now, what always makes it pretty is the embellishments. I've got out my rhinestones. I've got some little bitty, teeny tiny yellow ones. I wonder if those would look pretty on that. Let's see if I can find them real quick. They're a little dull. They're not very shiny. I was thinking maybe put a couple in the centers of those, of the flowers. See if I've got something else shiny. I like shiny. I like the glitter. The sympathy card, I know I'm going to hand deliver it. I think I am. So I wasn't worried about dimension on it, but when I mail things, I always make sure I keep them fairly flat so that it doesn't cost any extra to go through the mail. And so I'm keeping that in mind because these will probably be mailed. Those are a little shinier, but they're not, I don't think they're the right color yellow. But those blue are pretty for the top. Okay. If you're watching and you've got a choice, what do you think? Some of the blue, maybe a couple at the top. Do we want to use any of the yellows down in the flowers to help highlight them? Y'all can put that in the chat. I'm going to grab a card base. And we can put this on here. Let's see. That is right at the size of the card front. You know what? I think a border on it, either just a little bit of a border, maybe a blue. What do y'all think? A blue or a yellow? A little bit of a background to it. I like the yellow. Do I have any yellow paper? Yellow paper handy. What about that? Comments, suggestions, ideas? I will always go blue. My first thought is a navy blue behind it. But I don't think I have any navy handy. That might save us. I like blue. Nope, I don't have any navy handy, and I'm trying to do this out of like leftovers and scraps. So we're going to stick with this one. Let me cut it down. I'm going to take this one down to, let's see, so a card base would be 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So I'm going to take this down to 5 1/4 by 4. So that I'll give a little bit of a, that will give a little bit of a border of the white. So we're getting multiple layers. And then this will go down to, let's see, if that was 4 1/4, that was 4. So this will go down to 3 3/4. And I think I can just take that. I'll take a 1/4 off each side. That way I've got, it's still kind of centered. I think the design would be fine, but since I've got my ribbon on it already, we will take a little bit off each one. think I'm just going to take it off the top for the border. What do y'all think? Does the yellow do something for it, or does it take away from it? I kind of like it. I kind of like it. So let's glue down our yellow. I could have embossed it. I've already put glue on it now, so we'll go with it, but I could have embossed it. And then I think I'm going to put dimensionals behind this one. That's a reused card front even. Told y'all I don't throw anything away. If it didn't work one way, it'll work another. Put that over here. I think that's part of the fun of creating, is seeing what you can remake out of things you have. I love to junk journal. That is one of my favorite things. And anything that comes into my house is likely to be put into a junk journal some way, somehow, somewhere. I think that is the fun. It's kind of like scrapbooking, you know. If I just keep my cards or keep things on the wall or in a box, I don't get to see them. But if I use them, I get the joy out of using it again. I get to see it in my projects. Pull off all these little hexagons that are now going to get stuck to everything. I went in the bedroom it's been a few months ago now, and our cat was laying in the hamper, the clothes hamper, and she was a silver cat, and she had one of these hexagons stuck to her backside, one of these little papers. On here, just that little bit of yellow peeking out. Very, very pretty. Okay, no one answered in the chat, so I think I'm going to go for the blue up here around the top and maybe around the sentiment. I like this kind of light blue. Put it there, and we'll put one up here. Maybe another one up on this corner. And I like the idea of the yellow in there, so maybe not every one of them. Or I guess that's where I could put some Wink of Stella. Let's just find maybe 3 of these and put the little yellow dot in 3 of them. 2. And then, come here, 3. I think that's cute. And I don't know if you can see, there's a little bit of gold fleck down there in the flowers too that's shining. So that's really cute. I am going to put, and I need to do it to my sympathy card too, some of my feeling when you put a bunch of layers on the front of your card, it kind of bulks it up and it makes it feel really sturdy. And then this back piece, because it's just one single piece of cardstock, begins to feel flimsy. It's not really flimsy, it's just the front has so many layers on it, then the back starts to feel odd. So even when it's a white card base, sometimes I will go ahead and put an insert on the inside just to help stiffen up that back piece, make it feel more balanced. And I know this white's a little bit off, but I don't mind that because it's the insert on the inside. It even kind of makes it look more like it's supposed to be an insert and not part of the card. All right. There we go. There's our second card for the night. while I'm thinking about it, let me go ahead and put an insert in this one. Do I have another one up here? Yeah, there's another one. I think my next video may have to be how to refill my glue bottles. I've got a recorded video out on my channel about that, but my glue press bottles are getting empty, so that may be what we do tomorrow night, is refill our glue bottles. Got several I need to fill up. Okay, see, it just helps balance the card when you've got dimension on the front and you put something on the back. It just helps it feel more cohesive. All right, can we do something with this? I really like that paper. I don't think the circle works with it. Well, maybe. We're not doing a whole lot of extra stuff to the cards. What would that look like on a card base? This one's already trimmed down, so there's a little bit of a border. I think I've got some orange. Or maybe I've got some colors that will match that. Actually, the yellow would go with it too because of that. That might be an option. Let's see if I've got any other colors that might work. Nope, too bright. That one's kind of the same color family. I like that. And here's the orange, but I think that might be a little bright. We'll lay it there and see. Like I said, I'm pulling these from my scraps. I do have some other cuts. Oh, that's a card base. Ooh, that might be pretty on that card base. Ooh, that might work. That looks good together. Some brown. There's a pink. I don't like the pink with it. I like the orange better. All right, so what have we got here? There's a yellow card base. Oops, that wording's upside down. Let's flip it. Got some linen thread that would look nice with that. Again, we can just put a little piece of stuff in there. Hello, everybody. Hello, Christina. Thank you for dropping in. I've not had very many people in, so I'm just basically talking to myself. Heather was here earlier, and she helped me decide to do gold on my first card, but I think she left, so she didn't get to see the fruits of her labor. If she comes back, we'll have to tell her. She helped decide on that front one. Let's see. I think I need that piece is a little short. I think I need a bigger piece. And when I do these, if I'm not tying a bow, I just kind of wrap them around my fingers and then kind of do a twist in the middle to see if it will hold. And now that looks like it's too long, so I'll shorten them a little bit here. Try shortening it. I used to be able to do like 3 fingers, and I had the specific punch that worked really well with that size, and now I don't use that punch as much, and I don't have a specific There we go. That works. That works. Just to hold it while I get everything on it, I'm going to put a piece of tape across it. No one will ever know. Just a little piece of tape right there to hold it. I'll get the other one. I'll get it set up. Oh, some April birthday cards? Absolutely. You know, a lot of my family is in April. Do you do do you have Easter birthdays? Or are you thinking like maybe bunny rabbits and spring stuff? Or April showers is always a good one. Let's see. Let me put some dimensionals on the back of this. We'll pop it up. Put that one there. And now, what do y'all think? Just straight onto the yellow card base? Or do we want to put something else behind it? I'm just liking that. I think that looks really good together. I think we're going to go for it. Paper quilted cats. Oh my goodness, you are talking my language. I love cats and I love quilts. Put the two together and I'm in heaven. Do you have a channel? I would love to see see your cards. There we go. We've got that one done, and now it needs some blingy, blingy, blingy. Do you want to go back with the yellow and the colors? Let me see if I've got any kind of grungy grayish. Let's see. Kind of looking for something kind of, I don't know, grungy. I don't know, that base makes me think grungy, not so much shiny. Ooh, the copper ones. Let's look at those and see if what those might look like. If those were more yellow than green, although there's orange in it. Let's pull those out. Ooh, these might work. There's blues and greens in those. Yeah. Ooh, yeah, those look like rocks though. These might work. Those might be too colorful, but we got some options. Okay, let's see what some of those look like. I love bling, and I had a friend who her theory was if we bought a package, we could split it and then we both could have some. So we were constantly, every time we bought a package of bling, we would cut it in half and share. And so that multiplied my selection a lot. I don't think I need to buy any more bling for a while. Okay. Here's the kind of the coppery gold on it. I kind of like these because they've almost got like a marbled effect and it kind of matches the paper. And I'm liking that blue because it matches the dark blue. That's kind of pulling me. These, I don't know. I think the colors are a little wrong. The orange might work, but I'm really thinking I'm leaning towards the blue. Any suggestions from the chat? Those are really iridescent. They really do pull up almost any color they're with, but I think those are a little too shiny. I think I'm going for the blue. Oh, the bling, yeah. Oh, I like the bling. I think it makes it, it's what elevates our handcrafted, home crafted. I like the word homemade, so I don't mind using that. I think that's what takes our handmade cards up another notch from anything you can buy in the store, because they don't have the special touches of, the bling or some glitter or being able to accent, different pieces with maybe Wink of Stella or something. I think adding the bling really, really can set our cards apart. And speaking of Wink of Stella, I pulled it out, but I didn't use it on the other card. I think, I wonder if I could kind of just glam up a couple of these hexagons. Are y'all familiar with Wink of Stella? It's clear, kind of a glittery, and all it does is add a little bit of shimmer to whatever you're using it on. You may not even be able to see it on camera. It's just a slight little something in the background that adds interest. And when you've got a flat background like this where everything's the same dimension, putting something like this on it can really perk it up. Let's see if I can get into this one right here. This Wink of Stella pen might be about done. Oh, the Wink of Stella. The Stampin' Up, I'm not sure what products you use, but Stampin' Up is coming out with a whole line of, it's like Wink of Stella, except I think there's the ink is colored. So it's not clear with glitter, it's colored with glitter. More like, this is a red Wink of Stella, and it actually, let me find a scrap piece of paper. It actually colors red, which is great at Christmas because you get that red and the glitter. But I really like the clear because you can put it on anything and you're not changing colors. But there's the red Wink of Stella. It's just ever so slight bit of shine to it. All right, so I think I've got one more. Where'd it go? One more of my sentiments that I was trying to use up. Let's see if we can do one more card. Like I said, these are some card fronts that I had done out of scraps. And I keep coming back to them because I want to use them. I just don't think they're right with this. I don't think the blue match, there's enough blue in any of these to match. So we'll lay those back aside. Let me see what other papers I might have. Now I'm going to pull out some 6x6 and see what we've got that would go with the blue. That's got some blue in it. I have got so much 6x6 paper. I need to just, I don't know what I need to do with it. I need to just sit down and start doing nothing but 6x6 projects, I think. I think that's the wrong color blue, but we'll lay it out there. Ooh, this is a pretty one. That's got the the dark blue on it. There's a plaid. It's kind of that navy blue. And then a stripe. I think I've got something out there that will work. I think this is the wrong color blue. I'm going to put it back. I think this one more than this one. You were talking about April cards. I don't know if you've got paper or if you've got, like, there's a lot of embossing folders and even punches, but something with like a, holding it sideways, something with like a sky background, and then maybe an umbrella and some flowers for that whole April showers kind of theme. That might be a cute birthday card. And then, of course, anything, you know, floral, pink. Wouldn't have to be pink. It could be blue florals or, you know, just blue skies for guys. Yeah, I think one of those will work. That stripe makes me think nautical. Ooh, that's pretty though. Do those two kind of work together? We might do something with multiple pieces. Let's see here. Ooh, congratulations. That's a nice birthday gift. Yeah, watercolor. Oh, that would be really pretty. Add to that watery effect. I think I am really liking this plaid. And I do have a guy I need to send a card to. Just a simple, it's really kind of a thank you, but the hello would work for that. I think we're going to go with this one. Let's see. Pull out a card base. With that white in there, it would be fine to leave a little white border. I don't think any of my other colored cardstock goes with it. I don't think I have any in that family. No, that's more purple. Yeah, I like that plaid. It's got to be, I'm pretty sure it's a Stampin' Up paper, but I don't remember it. I don't know how old it might be or where it came from. I collect supplies, and I'm not one of those people that get rid of them just because it's not the newest or it's not what's in the catalog. I use them. I keep them and I use them as much as I want. So I'm liable to pull out all sorts of old stuff. Okay, let's do this with a little bit of a trim. So 4 by 5 1/4. We'll make a standard card front. There we go. We can do the hello. Let me see if I've got anything I can put on there with it. I'm just kind of looking through my ephemera pieces. That's the wrong color. He likes horses, but I don't have anything horse. Don't have horse stuff. What's over here? Nope. He's allergic to dairy and gluten. I could put some cheese and some bread on it. He'd find that funny. Yeah, they do. There's some really cool guy cards that come around, but I just think we tend to focus more on the feminine side of it. And maybe that's because maybe because we're female makers, or at least I am. I follow several YouTubers who are guys, and they make some really beautiful women's cards and men's cards. Um I think they're better at crossing over. Let's see, I said I was going to use these tonight, but I've also got that, and I really need a thank you card for him. Is that black? That's black. We may have to make another card. We may have to turn this into a thank you card. Okay. Yep. That's all I'm finding in there. I think we're going to go with it. I've been on the job hunt lately, and he was one of my references. So I know he's gotten a lot of calls and, had to fill out those little paperwork things. So I want to send him a thank you card for being my reference. Yeah. I think we're going to make this one a thank you. I use a lot of the dimensionals. I don't want a saggy card, so I put a lot of dimensionals on my pieces. There you go. There you go. And I wonder, I think I'm going to put some of these pieces. Something keeps sticking in my arm. I think I'm going to put some of these pieces behind it as well. They're not really flowers. They're kind of just leaves and stuff. But I think they kind of add something to it. And he is an outdoorsy guy. He likes to hike and all that kind of stuff. So it is hard when you raise kids and they're both one gender. My mother-in-law always reminds me of that because she raised 3 boys. And she always says she was so glad when she got daughters-in-law because she finally could do pink and stuff. Okay, let's put these down in there. My brother was the oldest, and he was out of the house by the time I came along. So it was really just me and my sister, but really girls. And so I didn't grow up with brothers or any of that. I'm 7 years younger than my next sister. So we were almost raised as only children because there were so many years in between us. I really don't know where I got these little leaf pieces. They must have come out of a card kit because I don't think I have this die. But I've got a whole bunch of them, and they're really pretty. And like I said earlier, it's not like they're a flower or anything. They're just a floral piece, you know, a foliage or greenery. Okay. Now, what do I want to put on for the bling? I don't think I want to do those. The gold might be good. Let me go back to my book. Lots and lots in the book. Let's see. Are these the right color? That might work. Those are pretty thick, and I'm going to have to mail this one, so that won't work. Those are nice and thin, kind of a pale blue. That white really pops on it. There's enough white in the plaid for them to really go together well. I'm not seeing any other blues. Ooh, maybe. That's a really deep blue. That might be pretty. Okay, let's see what we got out here. Sometimes I just have to stop myself and say, okay, I've picked out 5. Let's go with one of those, because I will pull out everything in this craft room looking for the right one. I like those blue, but I kind of like these too. They're more of the muted. And those, I liked them at first, but they're not doing it now. Okay, we'll lay those aside. What do you think? Do you have a suggestion? I'm not sure which ones to use. I like these, but they look almost purple when I put it up next to it. But there's part of this stripe is kind of a purpley blue. So that's why I think they match. My cat is in there crying. He wants to be with me. And I can't let him in here because he would be all up in the middle of this. All up in the middle of it. Okay, I think I'm watching the chat. I know it's a few minutes behind, but let's see. See if you put anything in the chat. I'm leaning towards Rhinestone Cat. He is our house panther. He's a black male. And we call it going on patrol. Every once in a while, he just circles the house and cries, and it's like he's saying, 9 o'clock, all is well. Let's do that. Oh, yeah, we've got 4 as well. Yeah. I tell you, the stickier or the messier or the smaller stuff I work with, that's how likely they are to get up here. If I'm working on something that it wouldn't matter if they jumped up here, they're nowhere to be seen. But let me pull out an ink pad or a bunch of glue, and they are right in the middle of it. It's like they know Mama's got something we're not supposed to be in. Okay. I'm going to put an inside in this one as well. I don't know if you heard me say that earlier, but when you put layers on the front, this one's not quite so bad because it's only got the one layer. The back sometimes feels flimsy to me. So even if it's a white card base, sometimes I will put in a insert just to help balance it. So the back feels equal to the front, more equal to the front. Okay, there is card number, oh well, that's card number 4. All right, I still have this one, but I think I'm going to call it an evening. I think I'm going to call it good because I needed this one. This was the first one that we made, and that's the sympathy card. And that's the one that Heather suggested, the gold, and I really do like that. Just something simple and to let her know I'm thinking about her. And then I was wanting to use up those hello there sentiments, so we found a card base or a card front to use. I think that looks really good. Then again, we used that hello there. And the last one turned it into a thank you because I do have someone I can send that to. So that is 4 cards out of just leftovers and scrap. The only thing I pulled fresh was my embellishments, my bling. And to me, all of that scrap because I probably bought it for one project or, like all these pieces. I've got little bits and pieces I need to use up. So anytime I can make from my stash and my scraps, I'm happy. So thank y'all for hanging out with me. Thank you for being here, Christina. Enjoyed chatting with you. And I hope you come back. I try to do a live every night except Tuesday, provided I don't forget or fall asleep. I fell asleep one day last week and didn't remember. Didn't remember I was supposed to do a live. So I hope you have fun with your April cards and come up with something. I'd love to see your quilted cat cards, and I'd love to see what you come up with your April cards. So come back and hang out with us again. And if any of y'all are looking for another live to go to, there is Crafting on the Back 40. And her name is Juju. And she goes live at 10 o'clock Central Standard Time. And she is a hoot. Now, she will do the disclaimer that she is an after dark adult. No telling what's going to be said or done or come up with. She's just a hoot to hang out with. If y'all are looking for another live to join, she'll be on in about 45 minutes. So thank y'all for hanging out with me, and I'll see y'all next time. Be creative and be nice to people. See y'all later.